Never dispose of the pen, I'm at it again. We close to the end, the older I get, emphatic I am. They try to pretend, they try to be friend, wreak havoc instead. Look at the trends, can't comprehend my dramatic ascent. I'm heavenly sent, they try to condemn. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the man. Yeah, different vision, but the same goes. Big collision off the main road, that's the beaten path where my brain goes. Felt the devil's wrath off my halo. Hella stones, no Thanos. Hella gold, no rainbow. This is hella genius in my brain lobes. Hella gross as far as revenue goes. Bought me a net for these Benjamins though. You not a threat, you an enemy though. Broke me a sweat, killing enemies slow. Body offset, all these feminine flows. Hardly upset, but you testing me though. All of these stats are depressingly low. Why your girl think I'm a specimen though? Drones and them perks is my medicine though. There's no comparison, black in America, little too arrogant. I just embarrass y'all, niggas irrelevant. I shouldn't mention it, that's royal etiquette. Out of my element, way too intelligent. Grab you a therapist, send in my sentiments. Neck full of sediments, cop me a Tesla and skirt through the valley. Drop the investment in Silicon Valley. All this cake, but I'm missing the patty. Might mess around and just move to Miami. Drums are so loud that they breaking the chassis. King of the grass like I'm Lionel Messi. I am not crass, but my mental is messy. Mud in my glass while my pencil is sketching. All these rappers, but no one impressed me. Most of them actors at labels is testing.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
That time we had a hanging! Haven't had a hanging in a long time!
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 23 Hundo and Ochenta y Siete of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustles, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you as powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexing and all you beats.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It was fucking leg day today. I talked a little bit about it during the latest episode of the Swolenormous audio experience. Make sure you're checking out all the podcasts. We got the Swolenormous audio experience bumping. We have Red, White, and Swole bumping. And of course, we have the absolute daily slaughter, the daily deep, the daily balls deep here on the Daily Swole podcast. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and check out the links down below to join the fam today. To check out yesterday's roundtable is now available inside Swole TV. It was awesome. It was absolutely fantastic. So I appreciate everyone that showed up. Great conversation. And of course, after today's episode, right at the end of today's episode, we have a little bonus segment, Overtime. Don't miss out on that. You still got time to join swolenormousx.com. We got overtime going down. And of course, when you join, you get access to all the previous overtime segments. Overtimes are the tits. I can't wait. It's happening right after today's episode. So, without further ado, let's get the nut busted open. We'll give away the Swole card at the end of today's episode. Falcon, take us away. Falcon. It's the Fefcast. Make sure you drop in the comments down below. It's fucking Friday, fam. What and who are you cutting out? Remember, Fef, today, Friday, it's a day in which we delete, we unfollow, we unsubscribe, we block out all the noise. And I'm sure that some of you have something that you did to celebrate Fef. If you haven't yet, it's time to go through those contacts, time to go through those subscriptions, time to go through all that shit. The cluttering in your environment could be physical things, but make sure you are blocking the jabronis in your life. So if you want to share any Fef stories, now is the time to do it. You could drop that in the comments down below. And hashtag Fef for a chance to win today's Swole card. All right, let's get into today's tip. It's time to get this fucking party started. Are you ready? Let's fucking go. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right. Happy Fef, everyone. Let's get into the first Swole Fam post. And like I mentioned before, we have an overtime segment that's going down at the end of today's episode. So very excited for overtime as always. First, Swole Fam post.
What's in the box?
Let's kick it off right from Anna. Anna writes, second day of primer week of the 90-day dash. Been lifting for 7+ years, but this one got me humbled. And a few things need to change for me as I cannot accept being 33 years old with a tight hip. Respect.
Fuck yeah!
Doesn't matter if you've been lifting for 5 years, for 10 years, 20 years. The 90-day dash is notorious for humbling. You got a lot of stabilization training. It's a brutal program, but in the best way. And of course, it's all levels. So if you're in primer week, Anna, for example, you guys can repeat primer week. You all know that the program breaks it all down, but you can repeat primer week for a couple times if you want to. You could do it 2 or 3 times in a row if you are on ramping. It's great for an in-between for a deload as well. You can always go home. Primer week is home. You can always go home to primer week at any point in the program if you need a little deloading or you fell off the train, you have to get back on, but doesn't make it easy. But of course, you know, once you expose yourself to it, get it? Once you expose yourself to it. Once you expose yourself to it, it's definitely humbling, but then you get better at it. And of course, you will adapt. You will adapt. Let's see, Elizabeth, we got a couple Fef stories. Let's see, Rihanna, sup fam, Fef, narrowing in stuff to bring for success while traveling so I don't become a jabronet. Indeed, well done. Let's see, Elizabeth, I'm about to Fef the contractor I hired for telling me my entire project budget will only cover labor. Nah, I don't need him to tile a shower that bad. Jesus Christ, what a chode. Chode life. Jesus Christ. Get another opinion. For sure. Hey, I mean, the thing is, supplies are definitely more expensive, but there are other contractors out there. I'm sorry to hear that. TCAP, I've been doing Fef since I was 25. Once I realized most of my friends were douche canoes, jabronis, and tainty magooches. Tainty magooches, indeed.
Inconceivable!
All right. Good for you, TCAP. All right, next Swole Fan post, we got one from our very own John. He writes, as you get older, it's difficult finding that happy medium in training. I pulled my left gluteus medius recently. It seemed serious, a decent amount of pain, a weakened, limited range of motion, couldn't get comfortable sitting, standing, or lying down for long. and ascending steps was near impossible. Oddly enough, the brunt of it only lasted for a couple days. I am at around 90% currently, thanks to icing it for several hour sessions, of course. My point is, training is all hard. Training hard is all I know. There's a certain amount of satisfaction earned putting it all on the line. It's addicting as fuck, pushing limits. I love when my mind is like, I don't know about this next rep, and I tell it to shut the fuck up, LOL. But I know what that left gluteus medius was all about, gradual wear and tear, getting older. I turned 48 next month. It wasn't a sudden painful pull from fucked up form or ego lifting. I woke up with it some random morning. I'm having trouble processing all this. The reliable, limitless vigor that's been there for years on end now needs to be reversed and monitored. I don't know, fam. A bit of a mind fuck. And we talked about this last night, John. I don't know if you were there or you heard any parts of the round table. I know Brenda was mentioning some hip impingement, but at the same time, these are things that do, our bodies do deteriorate with age, which is important why training and mobility and proper nutrition. And, at 48, I don't know if you're doing TRT or anything like that, but it could be something to look into in terms of recovery, but of course, stem cells and that type of stuff. It does cost money. And it can be a real bummer when you have setbacks. I mean, this is what I talk about often, and John's got about 10 years on me. But with my training, I'm training with more frequency, but also less volume per session. I'm doing my training approach is for longevity, because I know people that squat heavy until the bitter end, or they deadlift heavy to the bitter end. And these are the people that are fucked up and banged up because they don't think long term. And of course, not saying that John isn't thinking long term, but it can be a bit of a mind fuck how you have to adjust training, but there are the realities. But at the same time, pushing back against those realities is how we maintain our health long term. So we wish you the best, John, and check out those the round table for some additional content on that. I think Brenda was talking about hip impingements and stuff like that can occur. Some degradation that can happen as you get into your 40s and 50s and such. So I don't know if you've gotten it checked out, but definitely something to look into. Definitely something to look into, because you don't want to be dealing with this over and over again. Sorry to hear about that, dude. It's always nice to train hard. But of course, training changes. My training has definitely changed as I've, progressed, because even though I still consider myself young, I feel young. I'm training to stay young. And, but you have to understand that, for example, if I'm training for 20 plus years, that's 20 plus years of wear and tear. So it's a lot of stress. Even though I built up to this point, I'm not recovering the same way I did. I don't do the same kind of overload. I don't want to be crippled and like limping around for a week after leg day. That's not something I'm interested in. All right. Giovanna. What's up, Beaches? Hi, guys. I'm excited to be part of the Swole fam. I came across Papa on TikTok and finally went to the fucking gym. Let's go. I fell off the fitness wagon for 6 years now, and I'm trying to get healthy again. It's a no-brainer that being overweight comes with health complications, which I have learned the hard way in the past few years. This program really lays everything down for anyone willing to try. I'll see ya at the gym, Beaches. Excellent. I love it. I'm glad you finally went to the fucking gym. TikTok works. It's working. Yelling at people works. It does work. Glad to have you part of the Swole fam. This is from the discussion boards on Swolenormous X, so you can find a Giovanna's post there. Super stoked to have you, and glad you've jumped in with both feet. We have a great post. Let's get this Tyler post first, and then we will go to the Matt post. Tyler, I present to you the Swole card wall. Got my dick draft in the mail yesterday, and I'm proud to serve and protect this amazing country. Have a great day, fam. Fuck yeah! And I'm seeing a couple Swole fam cards, a couple Swole sluts, a Tainty Magooch. Most people quit. You got a salty sack, and you got a dick draft. Very nice collection. I love seeing the collections, fam. I love it. And our last Swole fam post is from Matt. And Matt writes, we got some pictures here we'll scroll down to after we read the post. So I've been on my, quote, weight loss journey, I hate that term, for 2 years now. And that was Matt saying it, not me. It is so easy to get caught up thinking about what you still want to change and forget how much you have already changed. I have talked about this in the Telegram chat before. It seems like I have lost the weight. It seems like since I have lost the weight, I'm more self-conscious about my body image. I get so focused on areas like my stomach and other, quote, problem areas, or the fact I'm not at my goal weight yet. I forget all the things I have changed and accomplished. I went from 340 pounds down to 225 with a goal weight of 217. I went from a pant size of 44 down to a 34, from 2 to 3 XL shirts, and now I wear mediums, maybe a schmedium. Not to mention how I feel better both physically and mentally. It's easy to get caught up on the day-to-day short-sighted view of your progress. You can almost forget where you started. Sometimes I still feel like I'm in the morbidly obese. Sometimes I still feel like I'm the morbidly obese sack of shit with bitch tits I used to be. Savage. I just slap myself in the taint and tell myself this ain't a pity party. I committed myself to changing my habits and put in the fucking hard work to do it. Nothing wrong with wanting to continuously improve, but always try and remember how much you already have improved. Sorry for the long-winded post, but it's important to remind yourself that weight loss and fitness is as much mental as it is physical. Hashtag 7 pillars, Swole fam, go to the fucking gym, fuck average, and most people don't. Great post, and even better pictures. Look at that. On the right, Matt, you almost look surprised. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ. Look at this fucking guy in the picture. Look at the picture on the left. I do love the America, though. We've seen that picture on the left before in a previous episode. You got the American flag bandana. You got the American flag shorts that are, let me tell you, those are schmediums. Those are schmediums right there. That's tight on you. And you got the gut hanging over. And on the right side, you look like a completely different person. You got longer hair. I don't know if you have long hair in the other one. It's just covered by the bandana. It looks like a shaved head or something. But man, you look 1,000 times better. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Good for you. Super sweet. Cheers. Holy epic. Holy epic. And yeah, it's very mental. It's very mental. I mean, you're the same person inside. I mean, you're a different person. You're a developed person, but of course you are the same you, and you remember being the old you. So everyone has that. Everyone has those days where you wake up and you feel like shit and you feel negative about it. And that's for no reason. That's why mindfulness practice is important, because sometimes there's no reason to you feeling funky. And we all know that. Sometimes you wake up and you just have like a shitty day, but you don't know why you feel bad. You don't know why you look in the mirror and you feel flat. There just really isn't any logic behind it. So this is why it's important to notice that these feelings and these emotions, same thing with like motivation, it comes and goes. It's irrational. It's irrelevant. Feeling bad about yourself isn't a real thing. It's inside your own head. So unplugging from that and practicing letting that shit go is, is obviously the game. It doesn't make it easy, but it's objectively what you should be focusing on. So obviously we have a little tainty man. Good for you, Matt. Thank you for sharing. Love the post, and I love the progress pictures. I love that shit. And of course, hashtag FEF for a chance to win today's Swole card. Looking good. Fuck yeah! All right, fam-wise, let's move into some Ask Papa Swolio. We do have an overtime segment that we are getting into immediately following this live stream for members only inside Swolenormous X. You still have time to join, and we'll be streaming it inside Swole TV, but also with the chat, and also streaming the video inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat for members. So if you're a member and you're like, hey, where do I find overtime? Just go to your homepage when you log in. It's not the Swole Fam Telegram chat. We have like 4 or 5. Go to the Daily Swole Telegram chat, and you'll find the overtime segment. And you can join at the top, and there's a live chat, and you can have it like, a little bubble in the corner in Telegram. It's pretty sweet. Okay, let's get into some questions. If you have a question, drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. And glad to hear it, James Stone. Hashtag FEF. I tried brain gains for the first time yesterday. It was an absolutely amazing feeling. That's fucking awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad. Nothing to it but to do it. Start off with those 5 minutes and create a daily habit where you're just doing it for 5 minutes. And then if you have more time, you can get into the 10-minute sessions and the 20-minute. We got a couple 30 minutes in there. So definitely keep up and make sure you're focusing on the consistency aspect of it. It is pillar number 6 after all, but follow that up with pillar number 7. So you're getting that consistency in there too. We got a call. Let's take a call first from Henry, or maybe I can call you Henri. Henri, maybe you're French now. You're on the line.
Hola, Papa Swolio.
You're Spanish. God damn it.
I'm thinking about going on a diet. Should I do it now or wait till after Thanksgiving?
Fuck your diet, Henry. Fuck your diet. I'm going to give you a Matt Damon because I can, because it's my podcast and I'll do as I please. Fuck diets. Diets are stupid. Everyone has a diet, but when you say diet, should I start a diet? That's like with a mindset of restriction. I'm going to count my calories. I'm going to eat foods that aren't good for bullshit. You need to make sure you're fucking focusing on quality food. If you're eating quality food and you're eating nutritiously dense food, it's not a diet. I have a diet, but I don't diet. I don't do a carnivore. I don't do a paleo. I eat steak and beef and eggs, and I eat until I'm fucking full. You're not going to get fat. We talked about this last night on the round table. You're not going to get fat. If you're lifting weights and you're training hard and you focus on certain verticals of food, stuff your face. It's so nutritionally dense and you're going to feel amazing. And you satisfy your satisfaction with eating. Everyone's a binge eater. Everyone wants to eat until fullness. When people are consuming inflammatory foods or novelty foods and they're going back and forth from different ingredients and different flavors and textures, yeah, of course you're going to overeat because you're eating nutrient void food, getting in empty energy and garbage, vegetable oils and processed sugars and stuff. Rihanna, Papa Swolio, what would be a good shorter read for travel day? I'm flying from PA to Texas for 5 days. I mean, a shorter read, you can just read a book and just read part of it. I mean, you want to complete something? What's a good shorter read? I don't know. Most of the books that I have in mind that I'll look up like on my Audible or something like that, they're not short. So shorter doesn't mean better, but bigger doesn't mean better either. What kind of book are you talking about? What kind of book are you looking to read? Like fiction or something nonfiction? Like educational? Dan Wall, ordered a club and I feel like an idiot trying to do the swings. LOL, will continue to try to get good. Think about the first time you rode a bike. You're not going to be good. You're not going to be good. You're not supposed to be good. This is why you start light with a club or with a mace. This is why you want to start light. You need to build that foundation. So if you're going heavy, the lack of coordination, it's going to be a lot of tension and issue and stress on the tendons and ligaments. So make sure you start light. That's another reason to start light. So good for you, Dan. Keep it up. Practice. Andy Freeze. Well, that was solid.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Ooh, a little follow-up. Nice little cherry on that Sunday. All right, Papa Swolio, got pain in the MCP joint area on my thumb. That's the metacarpal phalangeal joint. While using dumbbells, any idea how to prevent the pain? Well, you need to solve the issue from why you have the pain in the first place. I would recommend doing there's a couple things that I would recommend. I'm not saying this would solve it, but you can get those, the gel little circles. We have it in the Amazon store where you put your fingers in and you strengthen the extensors. You can get a TheraBar. That can help, but it's not necessarily something that's going to isolate that joint. What you can also do is fill up a bucket with rice and stick your hands in, open them up, and strengthen the muscles. A lot of times with the thumb or the fingers and forearms, you just get a lot of overuse because you're always gripping, and you don't do anything to strengthen the muscles on the other sides of the joints. And you can get excessive friction when there's imbalance in strength and length, and then you can get inflammation. So I would recommend also the bucket of rice. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame, Tainty Man. Shame on you for making noise. Shame. Okay. He is sufficiently scolded. Goddamn beach. All right, Dita 51-4 or 51-4. What area code is that? I struggle with binge eating disorder, especially now as I'm trying to figure out my medications. Okay. Okay. You said you sent it. I was going to say that's not a question. That's like a statement. I was going to ask how to recover from a binge. I would stop worrying about recovering from a binge because that doesn't solve the fact that you're binging to begin with. One, I think everyone, honestly, this is what we talked about yesterday, and this is a hypothesis. I think everyone suffers, or I think everyone has binge eating. I don't think it's a disorder. And here's the thing. I do not think it's a disorder in this sense. I think some people have unique situations and whatever and compulsions. Okay. But I do not I think everyone has the need to binge eat. We're just humans. We want to eat to satisfaction because we're living in a world where we don't have nutrient dense food unless you look for it, unless you're getting grass-fed beef and eggs and raw dairy and you're getting avocados and fruit and liver and organs. We talked about this last night on the roundtable. So I think a lot of people have this binge eating is because they do calorie restriction, eating nutrient void foods. And of course, you're going to go up and down. You need to satisfy yourself. You need to get those nutrients in at some point. So you have these excessive cravings. Like I crave all these foods. It's like your body's craving nutrition, but then you keep on filling it up with garbage and chips and soda and shit that's not actually going to be satisfying. You'll be temporarily satisfied, but why do you eat certain foods like chips and soda and shit like that? And then you're hungry half an hour later because you didn't eat anything of value. You eat a pound of grass-fed beef cooked in tallow or something, you are not hungry like for the rest of the day. You are full, especially if you're stuffing your face to satisfaction. And if you're lifting weights and sleeping properly, you're not going to get fat. Like you're only gonna be able to eat so much unless you're like on the verge of vomiting, you keep on stuffing your face, but that's uncomfortable. And most people want to build muscle. Most people want to lose extra fat. It's like you eat until you're full. It's not that complicated. It really isn't that complicated. And then if you want to get more granular, you can adjust from there. So I really do think fundamentally, everyone wants to binge eat. Humans just want to satisfy themselves. Humans want to eat until completion. So I would just be wary saying like, I suffer from this, blah, blah, blah. I think you need to, and here's just my general recommendations. Dita, I don't know what your environment is like, but like what are you talking about? Are you eating junk food? Do you have it in your house? Like you need to throw all this shit out. You need to make sure your environment is on point, and you need to potentially do an elimination diet or focus more on things I just mentioned, like beef, eggs, tallow, grass-fed butter, grass-fed beef, as much as you're able to access it, getting quality sleep, eating fruit, getting in proper electrolytes, hydrating properly, focusing on proteins and fats, and then sprinkling in the rest with fruit. You don't need variety. You need nutrition. This whole idea of variety is nonsense. People are trying to eat like the fucking rainbow. That's irrelevant for human health. You need to focus on the nutrients, which you need to get in the most bioavailable form, which is going to come from animal products. Okay, so that was a good rant. I'll check and you can follow up there. I'm just curious as to more. You have to get to the foundation. And if you don't know what the 7 pillars are, go to swolenormousx.com and download your copy of the 7 pillars. That's a great place to start. Okay. Elizabeth had a coworker say she had health issues, but what can she do but pills? What? I talked about elimination diet to help. Doubt she'll look into it, but at least the seed was planted. Oh, that's not a question, but you're just saying, oh. Well, seed was planted. Sounds like she's not going to water it. Most people have health issues fundamentally because they have a lot of things wrong. Most people aren't, I hate to say the word motivated, but most people don't give a shit enough to actually get to the root cause and take care of it. And the thing is, a lot of people don't even think that they can, which I think is even equally as bad. So you're saying like, hey, elimination diet, most people have no concept that they have control of their health. So it's like, oh my God, I have health issues. Where do you go? A doctor. They're going to give you a medication. They don't know about this. Doctors don't know anything about nutrition. Nothing. Like fucking nothing. Unless they're putting a lot of work outside. They don't. They're not taught nutrition at all. And if they're taught generic like, oh, the calories in, calories out, or food pyramid. So anyway. Let's see. Brenda, ask Papa Swolio for Dan. Maybe he wants to play your Steel Club videos at half speed. Yeah, whatever. Half speed, or just as long as you're practicing your Steel Club in half speed. Like, don't rush it. Take your time. Let's see here. Let's see. Papa Swolio, was yesterday's card a dick draft card? Oh, I didn't think through that. It might be something else. It's a surprise. Maybe it'll be a dick draft card, but if so, I'm now a double agent. Got the ladies working overtime. Double agent. Yeah, Atomic Habits is a is a good book. You know, honestly, when you're talking about a book, a lot of people are trying to read different books. Go back and reread some books. You don't retain as much information as you think. And plus, once you read a book and you start applying the knowledge, going back and reading it again will reinforce what you're doing and maybe refresh what you're doing. And then, oh, I forgot about this part. You can even skim through, and you don't have to read a book front to back. Like, open a chapter that attracts your attention, then read and jump around, especially if it's a nonfiction book. That's another thing to do, is don't be a sucker for like, I have to read the book from front page to back page. It's like, just start getting the knowledge, get the knowledge, look at the chapter titles, what stands out, read it. If you need more context and it's really good, then you can go back to the beginning, but jump around, just consume information, especially if it's like a self-help or nutrition book or something like that. You said a short read, like all the books I can think of are not too short. Let's see. Giovanni Mancini. Papa Swolio, I've been taking ancestral supplements, beef liver, and bone marrow. Is it okay to take them together, or should I take them separately? You could take them together. It's just food. It's just desiccated organs. So it's food. You can take them together or separate. Your choice. Whatever's convenient for you. Boom, 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 boom. Bubbles, Papa Swole, I have bad latex allergies and I try to eat better. I am new to eating healthy and a lot of plants give me blisters in my mouth because of latex. Is there a way to cook latex out? No, avoid it. Avoid it. Also, I mean, I would make sure you're avoiding all latex. I would get 100% cotton, everything else. Make sure you're removing that from your environment. I've never thought about cooking latex out or what foods have. Do foods have latex in it? Yeah, I mean, you don't need plants. I would just make sure you're getting in your organ meats. Focus on beef and eggs and stuff like that. I'm sorry to hear that. Ouch. Yeah, latex allergies are no good. Dita, Papa Swolio, I'm working on getting my meds on point for ADHD and bipolar disorder. I have days I genuinely forget to eat, and then I end up binging, and it's incredibly upsetting how out of control I feel. I mean, if you're eating quality food, that's the thing. If you're eating quality food, you don't have to worry about the binging. Like, eat, stuff your face with it. You can fast. It's just like fasting. So if you forget to eat, I mean, you're not planning properly. Let's just be honest. This is in your control. Like, forgetting is not really an excuse. But there's also, it's fasting. Like, you're just not eating. You don't have to eat every day if that suits your fancy. But when you do eat, like, you're not going to overeat steak. You're not going to overeat like ground beef or eggs. Like, you're not going to the point where like it's not going to be good for you. If you're eating garbage food, then yeah, you're just making garbage choices and exposing yourself to poor choices. You're not getting quality nutrition in. Not to mention, eating quality food is going to severely improve. And, you know, I'm not a fan of any of this stuff, medication for ADHD. I think that's all, personally, this is my personal opinion. I think it's all nonsense for the most part. I think there might be some extreme situations, but most of this comes from lifestyle habits, from, I don't know what your schedule is, or if you're getting early morning sunlight, if you're meditating, if you're doing sauna or cold therapy. Doing cold plunging is tremendous for depression, for mood regulation. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just lifestyle, you know. And then when you label, and this is just my opinion on it, of course, but then you label yourself, or you, like the general royal you, you label yourself as someone that has ADHD, and then you just label yourself as, and then you're under this umbrella of like, oh, I suffer from this, and, you know, you're subconsciously and consciously playing a victim to some sort of, you know, diagnosis that's really created by these pharmaceutical companies and a psychiatric profession, or to give you fucking pills so they can get you on a subscription essentially for something that you can regulate with proper nutrition and lifestyle changes. Of course, everyone's different. So I'm not saying that, you know, some people have real serious imbalances and issues and whatever. But a lot of this comes down to fundamentally lifestyle habits. I'm not telling you not to take your meds. I'm not saying anything like that. Just hopefully it, you know, hopefully that plants a seed so you can start thinking about these things differently, but focusing on the nutrition for sure. All right. Elon just restored Jordan Peterson to Twitter. Oh, he was still off Twitter? He should restore everyone. He should restore Trump and anyone else that's gotten banned. He probably will. He should. fuck was that noise? All right, let's see here. Grizzly Magna, will there be dick draft apparel soon? I want people to know I'm serving my country for a solid cause. Patience. Patience. Can't say more. Can't say more right now. Lacey just saw a news article that LA County is strongly suggesting indoor masking. Fuck all the way off. Well, vote better, fam, and move the fuck out. Indoor masking. Masks are a fucking joke. Absolute fucking joke.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Hopefully, Fauci ends up in fucking prison. Hopefully, he gets what's coming to him. Will, if you want to save steak, how long will it last in the freezer? Depends on how fresh it is when you freeze it and how cold it is, but should last months to a year or more, depending on how cold it is and how well it's sealed. You know, if you get freezer burn, that's going to dry it out. It actually doesn't make it bad. Like, it's just not necessarily going to taste the same. It might cook weird, but it's not like going to hurt you. But steak in the freezer will last. I mean, it depends on how cold it is. We have a, deep storage freezer that's keeps it like at -4. So it's going to, that's a real deep freezer. So it's going to stay in there for a while. It really depends on how cold you are. Tara, what are your thoughts on adding microgreens to your diet, considering growing them at home? My thoughts on it, it's something that if you want to play around with or try, I don't really have any thoughts in terms of the necessity of it. Like what exactly? If you're looking for a hobby, will it hurt you? I don't know if it would. It depends on the individual, but my thoughts are of I'm not going to do it. So those are my thoughts on it. What's a microgreen? Like a little tiny green thing? Like grass? Like wheatgrass or some shit? Or like a sprout? There are some things that are probably going to be less impactful. If you want to for a hobby, or you want to because you just feel like it, you see how you feel if you do it. Doesn't mean it's going to hurt you. Doesn't mean it's going to help you either. So, Nick, when I order my P3S5, do you think I'll get it by my birthday on December 15th? I don't know. No promises. No promises. Just because it's December 1st and December is busy and there's a lot of off days and who knows if there's weather delays. So not sure. Not sure. We'll try to get out. You might. Frank, Papa Swolio, I have to do a 24. We'll take maybe one more question after this. I have to do a 24-hour clear liquid diet for a procedure. What do you suggest aside from bone broth? If it's for a procedure, I would just recommend whatever they tell you need to do. Make sure you're getting your electrolytes and stuff like that. Or just fast. Is that something clear liquid 24 hours? You can just not eat. It's not that big of a deal for that long amount of time. I would just make sure that you do what they tell you to do for the procedure, like liquid diet. You can eat things, it just has to be liquid so it gets out quicker. Dita, I'll admit my lifestyle sucks. I got really depressed after losing my brother and have struggled to get it back. I'm sorry to hear that. I do still regularly practice yoga, but that seems to be my only good habit. Well, I would recommend checking out the 7 pillars and, hey, admitting it to yourself. That's good. That's good. You admit your lifestyle sucks. So that's not a bad, it's not a good thing. But the good thing is that you're addressing and you are aware that, hey, that means you have a lot of progress that you can make. So that should be a positive thing. So you're maybe at a low point, but then the only way is up. So I would make sure you're focusing on all those fundamental things that I mentioned. And if you have any follow-up questions, we're happy to jump on that. And if you're not yet part of the Swole fam, highly encourage you to join us inside the fam, swolenormousx.com. We'd be happy to converse with you and get you in the Telegram chats and the round tables and stuff like that. So yeah, if your lifestyle sucks, it's what do you expect, right? You're going to have anyone is going to have low mood or depression or mood issues or attention issues. If you're not getting quality sunlight and meditating and eating right and you're not exercising consistently and you're just all over the place, seriously, it's what the fuck do you expect, right? It's much more of, people think that's that's not like a kind of a big deal. Like everything I mentioned is the deal. It's not like, oh, that might help a little bit. No, everyone thinks like, hey, it has to be medication. What the fuck are you like? No, that is everything. That foundation is everything. It's not like a big deal. It's the deal. That's what people need to do. James, so I have recently cut out oatmeal for breakfast due to realizing I was misinformed on it being a healthy meal when in reality it's a gut buster. Yeah, a lot of phytic acid, absorbs nutrients and stuff like that. What would be a good protein source to replace it? Well, first off, oatmeal is that's not a protein source, broski. So it's nothing to do with oatmeal. Oatmeal's literally like liquid sand. I mean, you want protein? Eat some beef, have some eggs. Like, you want breakfast? Like, have fucking eggs. Or steak. I mean, breakfast is just food breaking a fast. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, good questions. We got to move on, but great questions. Super stoked. Love all the questions. Excellent.
That's deep.
We didn't even get to 2 of the calls. We'll get to more of the calls tomorrow for Swole Set Saturday. So fantastic. And if you have more follow-up questions that maybe didn't get answered, make sure you go to askpapaswolio.com and you can call in. So for those that are kind of asking questions, and I'm totally cool with you asking a live question, but then I have to get back. And if you have a follow-up, just go to askpapaswolio.com and call in and leave a question, and then we'll get to it. Like every time, if you call in, you ask like a solid question, you're not just like trolling and stuff like that, it will get answered on the show in like the next couple episodes. So we can do it tomorrow or Sunday if you call in. So askpapaswolio.com. All those links are down below. All right, let's go. We got some balls deep content. Hit that like button, subscribe, share the stream, all that good shit. And we got overtime coming up in just a couple moments. All right, let's see. Balls deep time. Let's see that one. We're going to do that one last. So we have another situation where like, this one. All right, I have the order. No need to raffle these off. First one is going to be health is not every size. Health is not every size.
What's in the box?
All right, I haven't seen this Chunder Gunch in a while. It's a short video, so thank fucking God. Here we go.
In case no one has told you this, you do not have to lose weight to be healthy. You do not.
But guess what? You do have to do to be healthy. You have to be healthy to be healthy. You have to do healthy things. Just in case no one's told you this. Coming from someone who looks like death. So try not to listen to what she has to say. Like, seriously. Seriously.
You don't have to lose weight to be fit. You do
Yes, you
not
do.
have to be thinner to live a fulfilling life. You do
Irrelevant. This is a straw man argument. You don't have to be thin to live a fulfilling life. Oh, shut the fuck up. You have to be healthy to actually be alive. So, I mean, to live a healthy life and whatever.
not have to track your calories every day.
Agreed.
Fat is not bad.
It is. So, Super Cap.
Matt Damon.
Fucking daughter of
Come
Biden.
on, man.
Did Grandpa be diddling again? Maybe that's Ashley. Grandpa's trying to shower with me. I have to shower at night because I'm afraid he'll get in. You want to listen to some fucked up shit? Go check out Ashley Biden's diary. Fucked up. It's fucked up. Okay. That being said.
You switch the samples.
All right, let's get into
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her like a little lady with her legs crossed.
No, let's do this one. Yeah, no thanks, Papa. Good call, Elizabeth. That's a good choice. Very good choice. Let's do this one. This one's called Fatness Not a Result of Trauma. Fatness is not a result of trauma. Okay, so for context, this is from Fat Positive Therapist, which should be illegal. That's like, I don't know. That's like philanthropic Hitler. Fat Positive Therapist. In other words, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right, let's listen to what it has to say.
Hi, it's Kayla, your Fat Positive Therapist, and I was.
All right. This is gonna be a hard watch. I'm gonna make this louder because she wants to whisper, and I guess she's shaking up like some 1,000-calorie drink from Starbucks. I already detest this individual. I am really disappointed in your face.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face.
It's
I
horrible.
want to deliver one of
It's
these right
a
in
miserable
your
thing to
suck
look
hole.
at.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
And it's not like just your face. It's these sounds. And the sounds in the order that you choose to make them that come out of your face hole. It's like, why? Why do you ruin the English language with your stupidity? It's just not necessary. Very frustrating.
Hi, it's Kayla, your positive therapist, and I wasn't going to enter the chat on this one about the trauma and body composition stuff, but I think it's maybe time that I weigh in.
Haha, get it? Weigh in?
Fatness is not a result of trauma.
It's a result of lifestyle habits, which can be, trauma can lead to poor lifestyle habits, often does, addictions and poor coping mechanisms. Like, okay.
Trauma can be a result of being in a larger body, but
for the earth.
Having fat on your body is not because you've experienced trauma and are holding on to it. Can we use eating as a coping skill when we've experienced distress? Absolutely.
No. It's not a coping. Did she just say a coping skill? Eating is not a coping skill. That's a coping mechanism, and that ain't good. Eating is not a coping skill. Literally promoting people to be fat and unhealthy. Remember, fat positive therapist, aka grifter for victims that would rather change their hashtags and actually change. If you have an @ that says fat positive therapist, fucking run. Anti-diet, dietitian, fucking run. Run. These are people that have no good intentions. They are completely bought and paid for by their ideology, and the grift is strong with this one. Let's continue.
And guess what? There's way worse coping skills out there that you could be using that does way more damage to your body.
Coping skills. That phrase hurts my brain. It hurts my brain.
Can we heal our relationship with food and not use it as a coping skill? Yeah, of course we can. Can we also heal our relationship with, or heal our body with trauma and through somatic processing? Of course we can, but that's not going to mean that you're going to lose weight. The goal should not be to lose weight. The goal should be to heal your trauma.
The goal should not be to get healthier. The goal should be to, heal your trauma. Of course, the trauma is never quite healed, is it? We need those billable hours, don't we, fat positive therapist?
That's it. Because if you lost...
And you're going to continue. That's not it then. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. You can, if that was it, you would be quiet. But you're not quiet. You're not.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
All right, let's go.
Weight, your trauma wouldn't be healed. And also, do you know what causes weight gain? Dieting. Because we all...
Weight gain is caused by stuffing your face with garbage and environmental toxins and terrible lifestyle habits. You're not gaining weight because of dieting. You're gaining weight because of poor lifestyle habits. Doing stupid diets doesn't help promote long-term proper habits. You got it completely confused. Shocker.
Have a genetic set point. And then when we diet, that set point gets higher and higher and higher every time. Yo-yo dieting.
Shit.
So if you want to connect two things together, dieting and weight gain, we should connect those together. But regardless of what your body...
Let's stop connecting the fork with your mouth. We'll start there.
Looks like it's fine. Heal your trauma instead. That's more important. Okay. Bye.
Ew. Ew. What a gross and stupid person. Jesus Christ. All right.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Except her. We keep finding exceptions to that rule. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Stupid is, stupid does, Jenny. Okay. So let's continue. This one And then we're going into overtime. This one's called the patriarchy. The patriarchy.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
All right. Aren't you forgetting white privilege? Come on. It's not just the patriarchy. It's white men. Get it right. Get it right. All right. This is titled the patriarchy. So you know it's going to be a huge pile of steaming shit. Let's get into it.
Here's the thing. We understand what the patriarchy is, right?
Eat a fucking steak. Eat a fucking steak.
Come on, stop whining.
When you're a dude and it sounds like you have a vagina, it's like, eat a steak. Soy boy, eat a fucking steak. Come on now.
Here's the thing. We understand what the patriarchy is, right? They created the patriarchy, you know, to put men in boxes and to put women in boxes. But the patriarchy is inherently misogynistic because women get treated like shit historically, right? And it's inherently transphobic. So the reason why period is so synonymous with bleeding is because they wanted to exclude trans people and non-binary people. Cis women are not the only ones that experience periods.
They are. What? This is so stupid. Women have vaginas, men have penises. How many of you men in the audience right now have periods? You don't. If you have a vagina, you will have your period. You'll have a menstrual cycle. If you have ovaries and a vagina. If you don't have a vagina, you're not going to. Just because you say you have a vagina doesn't mean you have one. And if you have a vagina and you say you're a man, guess what? You're not, because you have a vagina. Very complicated stuff here. Very complicated stuff.
Boys have a penis. Girls have vagina.
People cannot get pregnant unless those people are women. Women can get pregnant. Men cannot get pregnant. A trans woman is not a woman. It's a trans woman. If you want to cut yourself or whatever you say, just because you say you're a woman, does not make you a woman. So when you say a trans woman is a woman, that's like the stupidest fucking thing you could ever say. And I have no hate for any people that want to live a certain way. It's just like, just don't allow the crazy to bleed over anymore. If you want to be crazy, go be crazy, like in your own space. Like when you put it online, you're venting your crazy and it's like, we got to clean this shit up. So that's like saying, I don't know, a big rock is a small rock. Like if it's a big rock, then it's not a small rock. A big tree is a small tree. It's like a trans small tree. It's like, well, it's still a big tree. It doesn't make any sense. You know, if an orange says it's a banana, it's a trans banana. It's like, well, it's still a fucking orange. Looks like an orange, tastes like an orange because it's an orange. Just because you say it's a banana, it doesn't make a banana. This is literally logic. It's not even logic 101. It's like survey of logic. It's like one of those 100 classes that you take freshman year in college when they just want to get your first payments and you just learn nothing because all you're doing is like staying up all night, hanging out. It's like a summer camp. It's the bullshit like freshman year of college. It's like a survey of fucking logic. Survey of common sense. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Let's fucking go. Come on now. All I can say is that was lit.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
God damn. That felt good. It felt good. Like really good. Let's continue.
Binary people. Cis women are not the only ones that experience periods.
They are.
At the end of the day, whether it's hormones, whether it's your body producing hormones, whether you are a cis woman and have to take hormones, that hormonal period is valid. Not everybody bleeds. And I don't understand why.
Hold on a second. Not everyone bleeds. What is this thing trying to... What are we trying to talk about here? Not everyone bleeds. I mean, sometimes women, vaginas, ovaries, miss their periods, like amenorrhea, like, you know, cycles. Like you can miss a period. It's called being pregnant. Or let's say you have low body fat. You can have issues and you miss your period or whatever. So it's like not everyone bleeds. Like if you're a man, yeah, you're not going to fucking bleed because you're a man. If you're bleeding out your dick, then you need to go get checked out. That's some serious STD action. We got 30 seconds left. I know this, the stupid is unparalleled with this one. Super strong. I'm telling you, I'm trying to snap my fucking fingers. Someone, I'm doing a GoFundMe. Send me some infinity stones. My snapper's broken. My God. Here we go.
you want to be inclusive? Why are you trying to gatekeep? And it's because
hold on, I gotta go
body
back.
bleeds. And I don't understand, why wouldn't you want to be inclusive? Why are you trying to gatekeep? And it's because most cis women feel like their reproduction is the only thing they can offer. They're a female. That's all they have. And that's...
I don't want to get too much into this because I'm just going to rant, but all this leftist progressive bullshit is just the destruction of women. That's all it is. You could thank feminism for that. You could thank all this progressive bullshit, just destroying women. This is the downfall of our society. I mean, these people are mentally completely fucked. And the bright side is they won't be reproducing. So generationally in the future, like more of these, hopefully, lunatics won't exist just because they won't reproduce, because they don't believe in women, and they believe women, all they do is produce life. That's all women do, is produce fucking life. Since what? God, what a pathetic excuse for a Homo sapien. All right.
Kind of sad that you broil yourself down to your fucking body parts. Hello? We get our hormonal cycle once a month. If we want to call it a fucking period, we're going to do that. You're just a pick-me, trying to collect your bag, act a fool, but it's going to be expanded, just like a lot of things in a society. And if you don't like it, you can go over there with the Republicans and your little cishet people. Hello?
Holy shit. I don't even know where I'm not going to, there's no need.
You went full retard, man.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
There's no need.
At no point
rant a little bit.
in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So aside from just like losing my mind and calling this thing every word that is as offensive as possible, which is not productive for anyone. But just so you know, like anything you could possibly think that I'm saying, or anything that possibly could be said to insult that person, I'm thinking in my head, just being honest. Like everything, anything and everything is in my head. That being said, or not being said, which is better off for all of us. Again, another example of the progressives, the left, Marxists, whatever it is. This idea of compassion, right? This is compassion. This is what authoritarianism is. And this is why compassion is levered for power. That's all it is. That's all it is. Controlling speech, controlling people's reality is a way to lever power, because they can't do it with any type of real virtue or actual value to society. So it's always the compassionate ones, right? The ones that are so welcoming and so across the board, and where everyone can be this and everyone could be a woman, everyone could be a man, just gotta say it, flying the Ukraine flag and whatever trans flag and whatever rainbow fucking thing, all inclusive for everyone, unless you disagree with us, and then we'll hang you from the fucking rafters. This is how like violent revolutions come about. It's from this side. It's from this position. It gets violent and aggressive, and anyone that doesn't agree 100% is an outcast and is literally deemed as scum. You can go there with the Republican. It's some sick shit. It's really sick shit. Fortunately, they're also in theory afraid of guns or live in liberal cities. So if there's ever an apocalypse or ever something, they're just going to fucking rot in the cities. Like that's what's going to happen. They'll just be isolated in their concrete jungles, and it is what it is. But like I said, it's a generational thing, but they're not having babies or not reproducing, and they'll be gone eventually. So there's that. Round of applause. Not that I want them to be. It's just like I do. Like I would strongly prefer to never engage or, I mean, I think, look, I'm not saying that anyone should be, wiped out or anything like that, but we'd be better off without people like this, in my opinion. I hope he comes around, or it comes around, or whatever it claims to be. But like, how do you come back from that? Right? How do you come back from that? How do you recover that? I don't think you can. Extremely fucked up. I love what. So this said patriarchy or whatever it is. I love sliding that into like the archive folder because like I keep all the other videos in the archive folder, and it says this file already exists. Would you like to replace? It's like we already have a patriarchy video or whatever that was titled. Okay, we got a Swole card and fam. Then we're going into overtime promptly right away, straight away. So head on over into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We have overtime going down right now. Before we do, let's give away this Swole card. Here we fucking go. Well, I think we have a special situation today. I know we're going to raffle this off, but I do declare from today's post, I really do think that we have a Swole fan member that needs our full support. Today's Swole card goes to our very own John. John, we are here for you. If you missed the beginning of the show, John has been dealing with some hip issues and things like that, but you need to pheff all those negative thoughts in your brain, pheff out all that bullshit, remove all that from your mind. It's time to keep on moving forward. Can't let this drag you down. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and we're here for you. So send us an email, brother. support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 2387 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email, and we'll get you the Swole card. Pheff all those thoughts, all those negative thoughts in your mind. It'll get better. It'll get better. We'll get you back to training hard 100%. It happens. Fam, head on over to the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We got some overtime going down. Shortly. Just a few minutes. If you're a new member, log into Swolenormous X and go to your homepage. Right there on your homepage, on your home screen, you'll see the Telegram chat. You'll see the Daily Swole Telegram chats right there in the list of Telegram chats. You can join in.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Fart in your general direction. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
Thank you, fam, for being here. It's time for OT. Overtime, baby. It's going down. Overtime. It's going down, son. Oh, hello, church. Did I wake you up?
Hadouken! Shoryuken!
Oh, the jam. We got some piano card coming up.
Just a moment.
Yeah, baby. Baby. Oh, Papa Swolio. Oh, my sweet, sweet Papa. We got Papa Swolio over here too.
Hello, kitty.
Entertained, man. We got the church. Whipped it out just in time. Let's clip my shorts again. I gotta cut my shorts. I think I need to like cut an extra slit on my shorts because I keep on clipping the head. It's just getting thicker. My God. I think episode 2400. I don't even know. I might even be able to get this fucking thing out. I might just have to do it just completely open. I might have to wear like a kilt or something like that just so I can get easy access. It's brutal. It's
emotional, damn
the
it.
struggle is real. Fam, we'll be back here tomorrow for Swole Slut Saturday, but right now we have, oh, you hear it?
Finish him.
We do have overtime. Let's get this sidebar out of here. Let's get the overtime sidebar. It is time. It's going down. So fam, head on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. OT goes down right now. Thanks for being here, Beaches. Love you. See you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
I just wanna win on the low like.
He's heating up!
You making demands, I said whoa.
He's on fire!